Welcome to TaxBandits, an IRS-authorized, compliance-focused e-file solution. Form 1042 is not a traditional income tax return. It functions as a reconciliation document that ties together withholding activity, deposits, Form 1042-S, and FATCA reporting. The IRS evaluates the form primarily for internal consistency, which is why TaxBandits structures the filing process to mirror IRS validation logic and reduce common filing errors. To begin, from the Form 1042 dashboard, select Start New and choose Form 1042. You will first add or select the payer, which represents the withholding agent legally responsible for the tax. This step is critical, as the payer's legal name, EIN, and address must exactly match EFTPS records and Forms 1042-S. After confirming the payer, click Save and Continue. TaxBandits supports filing for the current year and up to 2 prior tax years. Select the appropriate tax year and click Start Filing. Before entering data, you will be asked to acknowledge the filing requirements and confirm eligibility to proceed. Before entering liability amounts, select the withholding agent's Chapter 3 and Chapter 4 status codes. These selections define how income and withholding are evaluated throughout the return and drive downstream validation logic, including Chapter 3 versus Chapter 4 reporting and reconciliation. Part 1 of the form establishes when withholding tax liability arose during the year. Monthly amounts must reflect when income was paid to foreign recipients, not when deposits were made. The IRS uses this section to compare reported liability to EFTPS deposit activity, so accuracy here is essential. Once total federal tax liability is entered, the corresponding totals are carried to line 64B, consistent with Chapter 3 withholding. If you choose to authorize another individual to discuss the return with the IRS, you may designate a third-party designee at this stage. This step is optional. After completing it, continue Section 1. Line 63 consolidates total tax withheld and paid. From there, the form computes whether tax is due or an overpayment exists. If total payments are less than net tax liability, the difference is reported as tax due, commonly reflecting underdepositing or timing differences. If payments exceed liability, the excess is treated as an overpayment that may be refunded or applied to the next year. Most clean filings result in no balance due or overpayment. Section 2 reconciles U.S. source FDAP income reported on Forms 1042-S with its treatment under Chapter 4. This section is about classification rather than payment. Even when no FATCA withholding applies, FDAP income must still be reflected as reportable under Chapter 4. When gross income appears on Forms 1042-S but Section 2 is left blank, the return will fail validation. Any variance must be clearly explained to demonstrate that FATCA rules were properly evaluated. Sections 3 and 4 address specialized derivative activity. Section 3 identifies potential Section 87(1)(m) transactions, while Section 4 applies only if the withholding agent acted as a qualified derivatives dealer. If neither applies, these sections require no additional action. After completing the form, click Save and Continue. TaxBandits will validate the return and surface any errors that must be corrected before proceeding, helping ensure compliance prior to submission. Just click Fix Errors and address those errors before proceeding. Next, select the payment method if tax is due, choosing either electronic funds withdrawal or EFTPS. Then review the filing summary, which provides a consolidated view of the return. This is the final opportunity to confirm that payer information, income totals, withholding amounts, and Form 1042-S counts align with supporting records. TaxBandits then performs an automated audit check. The audit summary applies IRS business rules and identifies any remaining errors or warnings. If no issues remain, you may proceed. Before e-filing, IRS authorization is required. TaxBandits facilitates this by requesting electronic signatures on Form 8453-WH. After the client completes their electronic signature, the paid preparer must also sign the authorization. To do this, click Review and e-sign, then select e-sign here to adopt and electronically sign the 8453-WH. Once all required signatures are completed, you may proceed to finalize and transmit the filing. The final step is to complete your order, where payment is submitted if applicable, and Form 1042 is transmitted to the IRS. Upon successful submission, TaxBandits provides confirmation and tracking details, which should be retained for records and any future IRS inquiries. File Form 1042 with confidence using TaxBandits. Start your filing today to reduce validation errors, streamline reconciliation, and meet IRS requirements with clarity and control.